Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Matt and welcome to Everybody Arts. Today we're going to do part one of our Papercraft episode where we're going to be taking paper designs that we downloaded off the internet and fold them up and into cool little characters. Um, I have already recorded an episode with Emma, my son Eric, and myself, and we already downloaded and we're assembling our characters and trying to figure out good ways to do them in that episode. But after having done all of that, I want to show you maybe a safer way to do it. I have a pair of awesome safety scissors, the safest I could find in my household anyway. That we have blank templates that I found on a website called Papercraft. Fantastic website. They have really neat things on there. Nothing too mature or anything. It's pretty cool. They have cool things like Sonic the Hedgehog. They have lots of Star Wars. But the blank Papercraft stuff is what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to show you how to cut it and put it together, and I'm going to draw my own so that you can see how to lay it out. My son Eric had a little bit of trouble doing the legs on his, and also setting up the chest and back because he was drawing muscles and things on his. I'm going to show you how to draw the legs and the arms and the torso so that everything turns out the correct way when you fold it and put it together. It's really cool. It's going to be great. Here is the design as it is on the website. Super cute. Love it. Little face, everything. There's lots of different ways you can cut these out. It also gives you lots of different ideas as far as how to score and fold things. I'll give you a couple of real fast tips right now. You can put it on regular plain paper, printer paper. This is just regular straight printer paper. There's nothing fancy about it. You can fold it up. You don't have to glue it. I tried using the glue stick, and I had mixed results. It's hard to get it to hold it together until it dries, just because of the angles, and you don't really have a good point to pinch it together. I tried tape, and tape works well if you use really tiny pieces of tape. Like if I go like this is what I was doing with my tape. If I pull off a piece of tape that's this small, can you see that? I would actually even take that and I would tear it in half, and I would use this piece of tape right here. You can't see that really well. That size, that small. That's the size of tape that I would use when I was making my Papercraft. I'm going to set those on the edge here because they're still good. I don't want to waste anything. Set that off to the side. All right. I did a lot of work just up until now, but nobody's going to know because I'm pretending I'm starting over, or starting from the beginning. See, friends, look, this is a brand new page. I'm going to take a sip of coffee here. This is a brand new page. I want you to watch what I'm doing as I'm doing it. The only confusing thing on here, and I think I've said this when Eric was working on his, he didn't know where the top of the arms attached, where the front of the legs were, how all that stuff works. But we're going to do that now. I'm going to draw a robot on this one. I'm hoping it doesn't look like anything that was already on Papercraft. I've been looking at that for so long. I may accidentally draw something that was already there. Let's try to make something original. Right here. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I just kicked a light. My apologies. Here. So, this is the front. I was going to try to draw upside down. I guarantee it's going to look weird if I try to draw upside down. I'm going to draw with a marker because I don't want to spend too much time worrying about it. I just want to draw. and give you the gist of this. It's not about what I'm drawing today. It's about showing you how to draw and how to set up your Craft. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you a basic robot and trying to have a little bit of fun with it. Okay, so we're gonna give him a basic mouth like this. And I'm gonna give him like a little speaker grill kind of thing here. This is what I think all basic robots should have as mouths, because you know they don't really have mouths that open up and down. In my head, you know, he's got a big old camera eye right here, and maybe he's got a little square eye right here. Little nose. There you go. Let me see. He looks a little menacing. I'm gonna put little eyebrows like that. Makes him look over. Hey, what's up? Do you want to be my friend? Kind of robot. I like that. I want a friendly robot. I don't want like some kind of creepy robot. You know, I can draw a creepy robot on my own time. Not right now. Let's put a little circle for ears. You know, he's got to have a little place for and little speaker things right there, and then we'll do it like this. See, now these are the sides of the head, and when I fold this back, that's gonna be, that C is going to be, this part is going to be, or right here is going to be the back, and this is going to be the side that is facing towards the front. So that's going to be facing towards the front of his face. His mouth is going to be right next to this. You kind of see how that's going to fold. I can even, I'm just going to cut part of this out real quick. So I have all my pieces. The other pieces are right here. Okay. I'm going to set this here on the side, and I've got this. Again, I'm not going to start it up just yet. This is another trick that I do to make this go faster, okay? Since a lot of these angles are all going the same way, like that and that, believe it or not, that one too, and that. You see, I can make this stuff go pretty quick as long as, and see this right here, these are tricks that I kind of figured out while I was doing a lot of these a long time ago. I've done Papercraft for a while. I just haven't gotten to this, or gotten back to this website for a bit, and it's just so much fun. It takes a while, but the results are so cool, and you get faster. So don't get discouraged and say, oh, this takes too long, I don't want to do it, because the more you do it, the faster you get at cutting these out, and you can have little armies of people, and they're so cool. I wanted to see if we can probably try to do, oh my gosh, my robot looks like he's in pain. Sorry, I'm distracted. This is the part I was going to try to do and make it a little more safe as far as the scissors and things go. Let's see if we can do this. I'm doing this with you. Okay, these red lines we have to cut. Okay, we have to cut straight lines across. This line, these white lines inside of here, we have to cut. Okay. If you notice, there's little white lines also in here. These are going to be like tabs, and these are going to be the slots that the tabs go in, these little white parts right here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots for the tabs. These pink lines are where the body, the head goes onto the body. So let's first try those, okay? I'm going to try to take this without actually folding it too hard, you know, making a a hard crease on it is what I was going to say, but I might end up doing that anyway. It's on the bottom. I think it'll be okay, but I'm going to try to cut it. You got to make sure it lines up, okay? If we don't line this up, it's gonna, the lines won't be cut straight. I think I kind of almost have to make a hard crease. I'm using thicker paper right now than the one that I showed you before. But if I go like this, I have the hole straight through with minimal damage to the paper, okay? Not a hard crease all the way across. I think that's probably the best cut I'm gonna get without using a hobby knife, which I was using before a lot. And I don't think that's okay for younger kids to use. So in the interest of trying to keep this okay for younger children, we're gonna use safety scissors, and we're gonna do it like this, okay? See how this is, well, it would have been straighter if I got better. Where this corner is and this corner is, you want to fold these two corners up to meet that, okay? And that's where your edge is, and we're going to cut this one now. Okay, just like that. That's how we're going to find it. I'm not going to hold it up to the light or anything. And we're going to cut all the way up to the top of the pink line on this side. And yep, we got a pretty good cut on that one too. And that's all we did. We just folded up, we just folded up these two corners to meet these two corners, and then cut that line all the way up to the top, okay? And I would say that's a pretty snazzy cut. We're gonna have to do the same thing over here on these right here. I'm gonna fold this corner up to this corner. So basically we're just folding that whole thing right in half, and it's still not bent all the way. I don't know if you can see. When I'm folding it up, I'm not actually like smashing it and folding it in half. The scissors will do that a little bit, but I'm taking this. See how they're touching, kind of? Or they're pretty close to being like right together on that side and on that side. So I'm just going to take my scissors, watch where my fingers are, make sure I don't cut my fingers, okay? Safety is like so important, and we're only going to cut to the top of the line. Top of the line, and top of the line. Oh, that's awesome. Now, I'm going to do that over here on this side. Now I am bending the paper a little bit, I will say. However, again, as far as safety, this is probably my favorite way to do it. I was making other ones, and when I was cutting holes, I was trying to do make holes with paper clips or pens that ran out of ink, and just rubbing them over there, or not pens that even ran out of ink that still had ink in them, and just rubbing them over the line until the line like kind of broke through, and they looked really rough and not really fun. This will kind of like end up folding back and being okay, but the other ones still are going to look rough no matter what. These are, I think that's the best option. Before we're going to cut those, make sure that they have a little bit of a cut all the way through that white line. I honestly was a little worried, like I said, about making these, folding those and then cutting them earlier. I was worried that that wasn't going to work very well, and I wanted my the younger kids that are watching to be able to do this without worrying about extra help from the parents. And if you've got safety scissors and you can fold these a little bit, then you're going to be set. It's going to be a little frustrating, I'll tell you that. It's going to take a little bit of time, and it's going to take a little bit of effort. and the first ones aren't going to turn out always, okay? That's how it is with art, and that's how it is with a lot of things. These are not always going to turn out great every time the first time, but when you after you work on them, you know, if you take your time and practice, you know, with them, they're a lot of fun. So don't give up if it doesn't work the first time, okay? These are so much fun. I really like them. Okay, so again, before we used to use a not a folder, I'm sorry, a ruler, and bend these up along with a line on the ruler, which you can do, but you know what? I just kind of fold it down. Since this is already cut, it kind of naturally wants to fold along where that cut was anyway. So I'm really just kind of pushing it, and it's going right where it's supposed to. Seriously, I'm like not even trying. It's just going. Just going. I'm not, this one, okay. I have to give a little bit of a nudge in the right direction. And this one, a little bit of nudge in the right direction. You can spend a lot of time on these and make these very, very, you can be a perfectionist about that, which means you want everything to be awesome, and you will take your time and do use the right tools and everything. But right now, we're just trying to have fun. Now, here's where that is. You can actually, if it's too hard to know where the lines are, see, I know that there's a line there, and if I fold it up and I can see the line here, that's usually how I do it. You can also do it like this, and I know that we're going to fold it backwards the other way. But if we fold it this way first, along the line that's there, once, then folding it that way is easy, okay? Let's just do it like that to make it easier so you guys can see where the line is, okay? Let's do it like this. Again, not thinking about it too much. And that is going to fold fine that way. Here. That one I had to work at a little bit. It didn't want to fold like in the spot that I wanted it to go to immediately, so this one, I have to fold it like this. Well, that's easy. Okay, that one went right away, and then one more. Whatever's easier for you. I'm giving you my tips, but these are my tips, okay? Don't have to be the ones that you use. You use whatever is easier. Okay, see now we got a robot head. Check that out. Look at this thing. Yeah, it's a robot head. It's starting to get that way. All right. Slot right there. Push it in there, and there it goes. You know what's cool about this is you don't need a piece of tape on every one. Okay? If you put one piece of tape on this, it's going to hold all of these tabs in. Okay. Well, I could put like 2 in right now on either side. I actually cut this piece of tape too large. That's kind of big, but it's got ridges on it. Okay, it went because of this thing. When you pull it off, it goes. Wait, oh, you can't see it on the camera. So when you break it, or when you cut that piece of tape, but when you go like this, it'll just rip right down the middle, and that's what you want. Now you take this small piece of tape and you just kind of part of it on that piece, on the scissors, okay, like this. These scissors are going to help you lay it inside the box, like this. Now, it's very hard to see, but I have part of it on this tab and part of it on the box, okay? And I can use the side, again, I'm not opening the scissors are still closed. But I'm using the scissors to push it down. You can use a pencil to do it if you want. Scissors are nice because they're flat. suppose you could use like a plastic, plastic silverware or something, like the handle of a plastic spoon or something would work very well actually. So I've got more of these. I'm just going to put on 2 pieces of tape right here. Put another one on the other side. You really don't need too many. One more time to show. Let's go like this. I'm going to do it the long way. So I've got this. The one thing you want to make sure when you are putting tape on though, however, is I've got holes right here that cannot be covered up, okay? These holes have to be open so that when I put on the body, put the head on the body, this head, they have to be open so that the body can slide in there, okay? So you can't cover up this, okay? You have to go probably, I'm going to go on the side right here. So I have my tape right here, and then it touches the side of the head right there. This flap is going to have to come up a little bit, and this flap is probably going to have to come up right there. Is that where I put my tape? No, my tape's on the top. That's fine. But that's okay. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to close this up. The rest of this, see, it just helps a little bit. It's okay. And we'll go like this, and we're going to go like this. And we're going to go like this. On the website for Papercraft, it says you don't have to have tape or glue, and you don't. And actually, that stuck together rather well for as much as I was moving it around. But I always put just a tiny piece on the bottom, just one. I usually try to put it right where it's not going to be seen. And it's best to do it after you color it because the tape doesn't always, if you have markers and things like that, they don't always hold that color real great, you know what I mean? So, really quick, I wanted to show you feet. I wanted to show you where everything is located really quick because we have our legs here, okay? And according to our legs, if we go like this, if we take our legs that we cut out, okay, I'm going to fold them like so. Okay, so here's the legs. Okay, what happens is this tab is on this side. Okay, so this becomes, let me see, if we're looking at it, this becomes the left leg, I believe. Yeah, and this is the right. Now, if you look, there's a little bit extra on top. This is, you're not going to see this part, so when you're coloring it, just this part that sticks up above the little squares on the front, you can draw on it, but you're not going to see that. And I'll show you why in just a second, okay? Here is the front of the feet, the front right here. It's okay if you can't really read that very well. I'm going to draw pictures of them, okay? So here is your right foot. Let's draw a right foot pointing forward. So here is your gym shoe. Okay. And I got your laces. Nobody uses laces anymore, but I put them on. And we'll put some legs. Okay? And then here is your left foot. We'll go like this. And go like this. Oops. It's kind of hard to draw like that. Perfect. And I got your laces over there. Yeah, that looks a little better. Put some stripes, some racing stripes on them shoes. Some cool. Oh, that looks like Adidas. They are not a sponsor, but I'm going to still put them there. Oh, I forgot a foot there too. So, okay, and then the front of the shoe is going to look like this, maybe with a little tread on the bottom. And then this shoe is going to look like this with the front of this one, and it's going to have a little tread on the bottom. I apologize if this is just like a weird looking drawing or whatever, but you'll see it in just a second. And then you're going to have some, this is just your shoe and your laces and your shoe. This is awful. I'm just really trying to do something quick so you can kind of see. And then you're going to have your legs, okay? And then these are the backs of your feet and your legs. Oh my gosh, these are fun. I like just doing silly quick things because they look fun. Okay, so I'm going to do the torso really quick too, because when I put this all together and then you look at how the feet are set up, you'll understand why it looks really weird right now. You're like, what is that gobbledygook that he just drew? You'll understand it in about 2 seconds, okay? This is this points to the back, okay? This torso is basically upside down on here, all right? If I went like this is the front, okay? And it's top. Yeah, and front. I'm drawing upside down, so it takes me a little bit longer and it's messy. And this is the back. I keep kicking my light, sorry. And that's the bottom. There's the arms. It's kind of important which side is the front and which side is the back, just because you want your arms facing the same way. You can always sign it. That's going to get covered up though. It says, you can put your name on here. That's going to get covered up by your feet. These slots right here, that's where, I think I mentioned that. That's where this gets pushed into, okay? Now, really quick, let's put, I'm going to fold this torso up, okay, like this. So, getting back into it, I also mentioned, where the heck did my head go? I lost my head. Where'd my head? Oh, it fell behind my chair. How did that happen? Okay. This just fits on right there, too. Wait, is it the right side? Yep, I think so. Yep. Oh, yep. Just fits just like this. And I'm almost done. I'm going to fold up that arm because the arm's a little weird looking when you're getting ready to fold it. Okay. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. I just folded everything on all the lines. So sorry. I fold this back and I'm folding this in my lap and I'm talking and talking and talking and nobody can see what I'm doing. I'm new to this. Here. But I folded on all the lines. And I'm going like this. And it looks complicated to fold, but really if you just try to see, you fold it and then say, hey, I've got a little tab that's got to fit in the slot. Here, we're going to put this here. This looks like that's where that's supposed to go. So if we can get that in there, I've got giant fingers and sometimes they get in the way of doing like tiny things like this. Oh, there you go. All right. Now I got another one on top. Another slot for this tab. This is a good one for tape. The arms probably are the one thing I would say, yeah, you gotta tape the arms because there's a lot of weird angles and things, and they could benefit from some tape. Okay, so I've done those two, and the only thing I really have to do is fold and do this last part on the bottom. Hopefully that'll fit in there. I'll double check and see what I got. daughter has been asking me for guacamole every single day, and I don't have any in the house. Okay, there's his little fist. This is what it folds up to look like. See this? You take this with these two little things right there, and they just slide in like so. Hey everybody, we're going to have new videos every Friday. We'll give you 2 words at the end of each video on Monday, and you draw whatever your imagination comes up with using those 2 words. There's no wrong ideas. You can use crayons, pencils, pens, markers, basically anything you want to make your own picture. If your parent or guardian has an Instagram account, they can post your drawings and then tag us on our account at Mr. Matt Arts, and we'll post your pictures. On Friday, we'll post a video of us drawing our ideas using those same words. Have fun. He looks pretty upset, actually. I was going to say he looks pretty great, but he looks a little upset too. See? And I'm glad that we were able to share some time together, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, I'll put up the 2 words at the end of this episode, and because I'm going to sit with Emma and we're going to figure out what we're going to do, like as far as the words and things like that, and then we'll get that out to you, and I'll see you again soon, Friday actually. All right, take care guys. Be good to each other, be safe.